Hey guys, Hansi here, and I'm back with another van build video. Last time you saw us do the new window. So another nice thing about this window that we didn't talk about last time, this is the window we put in the car ourselves. We can actually open this window, I think.
No, we are like, you just gotta, oh my god, okay. Nope, didn't used to be this hard, there we go.
So the nice thing about this window is that you're able to open it. We added a ventilation fan and we made the mounting system for the solar panels on top of the van. Today we're gonna start building the inside of the van, so I'm really stoked to get started. Since it's been a while since we used the car, it's kind of gotten a bit dirty again, so we're gonna take out the floor and just vacuum the inside, and then we're gonna add some insulation on the floor and put the floor back on top again. Yesterday was a great day. We managed to do a lot. We insulated the entire floor of the car, which means we can now add the plywood floor back on. So we successfully riveted this part of the floor to the car, and this is gonna be here permanently. Now we're just gonna loosely add in the other part of the floor so we have something to stand on while we're working. We're just gonna throw it out when we are done. So let's talk a little bit about this insulation that we're using. I know you may have some questions about it. I did as well when we got it. How will this aluminum thing actually help insulate the car? Usually you can get these aluminum foil insulating things that reflects the heat, and it's supposed to insulate on its own. But usually they also say that you need to have an air gap to make that really effective. So obviously in this car we won't really be able to have an air gap between the insulation and the body of the car. So that's why this insulation is so nice, because if you can see in the middle here, there's actually a layer of bubble wrap which provides the air gap for us. So there's aluminum on both sides, and then there's an air gap layer in the middle. So this is supposed to, I think, work like 10 or 15 centimeters of regular glass fiber insulation. I'm not sure about that, but I hope it will help a bit. And I also hope it will help reduce some condensation in the night, so we don't get that on the walls, maybe only on the windows and stuff like that. Okay guys, here's the deal. I have finished the insulation in the entire car. I didn't film the rest of it because Martina needed the camera for another project, and I figured this was quite monotonous work. It's not the most important part to film. Now it's time to move on to some woodwork, and we're gonna begin by adding the wood paneling to the ceiling. So what you really want for wood paneling is just to have some wooden beams going across the entire ceiling that you can connect the wood paneling to with some nails. But that would really just take away about 2 centimeters of the height of the car, and this small space would be even smaller. What we have decided to do is to not use any wood beams. We're just gonna use screws, and we'll directly screw the screws into the wood paneling, into the ceiling of the car.
Yeah, and then we can just cover up the screws afterwards with some wood filler or something so that it's not so visible. We want to preserve as many centimeters of the space as possible.
Yep.
So I think the 2 extra centimeters will actually make a difference.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna test these lights, see whether or not they work. 1, 2.
And the last one. Wait. Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Sweet. So it's been maybe 1 week or 2 weeks since we added this first layer of wood paneling. And today I'm gonna continue doing that, but before I do that, I want to add some of that glass fiber insulation and stuff it underneath the ceiling, the wood paneling, into all the cracks and crevices there, just to maximize the insulation potential that we have. I also need to blow the wires through this plastic tubing that we have hanging in the ceiling, just so that we can get electricity on this side of the car, and also to the lamps that we added, the spotlights that we added in the ceiling last time. I'm a bit tired, so I'm just gonna go grab a cup of coffee and then we can go get started. Okay, let's see, we need to get the piece of plastic inside here. Might be tricky to do while I'm filming. Maybe this is enough on this end. We're gonna apply the vacuum cleaner on that end. Yay! So now that the fishing line is through, we can go back to the other side. And then we have to tie the fishing line to the cable, and then we can try to pull it through. Worked, so here it is, and here's the other end. Sweet. But I think I want to have 2 cables there, one for backup and one for the LEDs and the charging port. So I'm just gonna do the same thing one more time. And yeah, there's a couple of other places we have to blow the cable as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all of them right now, but at least I'm gonna do the ones in the ceiling. So that part's done, and we can continue with the wood paneling whenever we are ready for doing that. It's a bit chilly outside, so I had to wear this jacket. That's Norwegian summer for you. So now that we are done with the wood paneling in the ceiling of the van, we are going to add this wooden flooring. It's oak wood and it's really nice. We got it for free online because there was some leftover from a bigger project, so that's always great for us. So now that we are done with the floor, we are done with the ceiling, we can start thinking about the bed and the framework for the bed. The bed is gonna be placed on this part of the car, and of course the little kitchen area will be on this part. And to be able to access the kitchen when we are not using the bed, we are gonna make the bed foldable. So the length of the frame will be 140 centimeters, which is a bit short, but then we can fold up the rest of the bed, which will make it a full-size bed. But that means that when we're not using it, we can access the kitchen. And that's quite handy in a small van like this. So yes, that's what we're gonna do with the bed. We're gonna start making the frame with some 2x4s. So yeah, let's do it. Today we built the entire framework of the bed, and we actually went to IKEA and bought this slatted bed base that we're gonna put on top of it just to make it a bit more comfortable. So a while ago we bought this mattress and we just brought it back down from storage. It's almost like it was made for this van, which is kind of funny. So now the bed is in its sofa position, it's short, and here we will make the flip up mechanism later today, which will enable us to have a full-size bed. Right now we can fold up this end of the mattress. It's actually a feature of the mattress, which is super handy. And now we have a sofa, which is kind of nice. Let's make the rest of the bed. Folding mechanism is finally done. I built another one exactly the same off camera. The reason we wanted to have this kind of system though, you will see now, because I can, once we get the handle, this will be easier, but I can just open it like this, just like a normal drawer, and I have access to all the storage underneath. I can actually use this to sit on if we just put one of the legs that can be attached into it. Okay, so we open the bed like this, then underneath we grab one of these legs, just like that. And this part here is locked in place with a little latch here. So we can just unlock it like that. And then this folds out. And this front plate stows underneath. So that's the support. And then we have this other leg like that. So that's one side. Now it's no problem for me to sit on it. I can even sit using like my knees. That's one side, and we do the same for the other side. Okay, so now we have both of them out, and that means we can just pull the bed like this and then fold the sofa back, and we have a full-size bed. Plenty of space. After all, we chose a very small van. My brain isn't rewired to say van consequently. I'm sorry for that. I hope you have been able to bear with me, even though that's a bit annoying. I know. I'm super happy with what we have managed to do this episode. We started out doing the insulation, then we moved on adding the oak wood on the floor that you see here. And then we added the wood paneling, we hooked up the lights. The reason that they are not on right now is that we don't have any power yet. I haven't hooked up the solar panels or any batteries. Then we fixed the fan, and that also works. I didn't show you that. I'll show you in another episode. And then we made the bed framework. We finished the entire bed, the folding mechanism. Super good progress, and I'm really looking forward to start working on the decoration on the inside, on the walls, on the cabinets, and of course the kitchen area. It's gonna be great. Looking forward to it. And a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you want to support us, help us doing this, then feel free to support us anyway, no matter what. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.